Hello, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Alyssa and today I am starting a new project on my channel. So if you want to see an eyeshadow panning project and the start of it, then please keep watching. So I just finished filming my Pan That Palette finale, and if you want to know more about that, then you can watch that video. Or is it this way? We'll see which way it gets linked. But yeah, I was sort of like, I don't know, do I finish this thing? Do I call it done? Or, you know, what? But once I had this idea for this new project, then I'm like, okay, you know what? I am way more excited to do this and feel like it's going to be more beneficial to my collection overall. Because, well, I mean, I guess there's some spoilers here, but with my Pan That palette, I didn't quite finish. And part of it is just, you know, I don't want to do hate panning. I want to actually enjoy the makeup I'm wearing and using and all of that. So why not focus on, you know, the stuff that I love? So something though I am still trying to do is hit more pans in my collection, you know, and make sure things are, because the whole hitting pans, it's not like, because I'm like just trying to see metal, okay? Like it's because I know then that I've used it enough times that it was kind of worth the money that I put into it. Or sometimes, you know, that other people put into it because it's a gift or that kind of thing. But something that is appropriate now that wasn't before, there's been different like pan in every palette things, and I always had at least a pan in every palette until all of a sudden I started getting, you know, new palettes. So I'm, instead of doing just pan in every palette, I want to do pans in every palette. And what I want to do is right now I have two palettes that don't have any pans in them at all in my whole collection. And so those two are the Fairy Tale Fairies and the Crystallized palette. And so this one makes sense because I just got it as a Christmas present. So, you know, it's still really new. And then the Fairy Tale Fairies is not super new. I was gifted it at the start of 2025. And, you know, it does have some good dents and stuff in here, but there's no pan yet. And actually, I'm surprised I got a pan in the Citrus Punch palette, which I got at the same time. They're the same brand, all of that. And in the shade I did, I thought I was going to get it in this one green shade, and randomly I was using the one orange and boom, there was a pan. So that one's not in this because it does have a pan. But yeah, I don't think it will be hard. This is also in my Project Level Up Light. So it'll probably get a pan maybe naturally kind of in using it for that. But it is going to be a focus to hit a pan. And the Crystallize, I'm also going to not be trying to go, you know, super hardcore with getting a pan in it. I think what I might do, because like I said, I did pans in every palette and there's a reason for that. Maybe once I hit the pan in here, I'll still be kind of working on this. But I'm okay if it takes me like, let's say 6 months or something like that, because, you know, it was brand new versus this I've had for a year. So this one is kind of less critical. If I don't get the pan immediately, you know, I'm going to allow myself to move on in the project, you know, and have an update and all, but this one might still be hanging around, if that makes sense. So then what will happen after is then I'm going to try to get 2 pans in every palette. So obviously this one would still be part of it unless I happen to hit 2 pans while I'm working on it. And then I have other palettes that currently only have 1 pan. So like I said, my Citrus Punch palette, I surprisingly had hit pan on this like yellowy orange shade, and that's my only pan, so I want to hit a second pan in here. I also have with just 1 pan in my Rogue palette, and this one I can't get anymore, so you know, I definitely want to make sure that I am loving it, even though it's a little sad, but I don't want to just like let it go bad because I'm worried about using things up. But this shade right here is the only one with a pan currently, so you know, I would have my work cut out for me a little bit because this is also a little bit newer. It's not a year yet, but it's coming up on a year old. And then this was also gifted at the same time as the 2 Simply Posh palettes. And so although it's hard to see right now, there is a pan in the orange shadow right here. So again, I would like to hit pan in something else in here. I feel like the purple in the middle has good potential. So we'll see. And then my Nomad palette that stays in the box because otherwise it gets scratched up. This one also only has one pan. This is also pretty new, but my pan is in this shade right here. So I would like to get, you know, a second pan in this. And so, like I said, you know, I'm gonna then do 2 pans in every palette. And then obviously next would be 3 pans in every palette. So it's gonna kind of snowball a little bit, and we'll see, you know, because if I'm trying to hit more pans and more pan, you know, then there's like more palettes that then and keeps going. It might take me a while to kind of move through, but I figured this doesn't have to be a pans in every palette 2026. This can just be, you know, as it makes sense, that it might just continue on for a while until, you know, I'm either bored of this or I don't know, I reach some like critical mass level of pans, but yeah, so that is what I'm going to be working on. And the updates, I might come in every month, just like I did with Pan That Palette, and just at least show any progress, you know, how the palette is looking, because, you know, maybe I'm not going to have another pan yet or have a pan yet, excuse me. But maybe there'll be some good dips that I can be like, okay, well, like this shade's really close and this shade seems close and that kind of thing. So yeah, that is my thought, because in this way I'm working on palettes that don't have as many pans yet, but then, you know, I'm working to kind of up them to the other level, and then the ones that have more pans will eventually get worked on as well in this project. And that is it. I am thinking about doing something with my singles, but I'm not ready for it yet. I figured just starting one new project to replace an old one, and then we'll see how things are. If you like this video, maybe you'll consider subscribing so you can see the updates and all of my other projects. I am trying to hit 500 by the end of this year. And I want to thank you so much for watching this one. So until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye!